All right, so we've all been there. You get out of the shower and you think about the many, many steps to put yourself together and you think, why bother? I'm just going to do nothing and go about my day. Well, for me personally, I don't know if this happens to you, but a couple hours into a day like that, if I've done nothing with my hair, no makeup, I start feeling less energetic and much less motivated to do anything. So I'm going to do hair and makeup today. We're going to do minimal steps and I'm going to show you how to go from drab to fab in maybe about 15 minutes or so, depending on how fast you move. So we're going to start with eyeshadow primer. This I have to do even if I'm doing a very minimal look or even no eyeshadow. If I don't put an eyeshadow primer on, my eyelids will get so oily that it will actually interfere with my brow and my mascara products. All right, so now for our face, we are gonna scale way back, even on skincare. So first step I always do, this is very refreshing, it's a face toner. This is by Alafia. It just smells so refreshing. It's coconut water and neem, and it really just kind of helps kind of plump up the skin and just kind of tighten it a little bit. It's not drying or anything. Then we're gonna go in with eye cream while that sinks in, and this is by Thrive Cosmetics. It's Defying Gravity. I have really been enjoying this for my daytime. You really only need half a pump though, so sometimes it's hard to just squeeze out a little bit. So I'm going to just put this under the eyes. And I do feel like this has kind of an immediate smoothing effect and just really helps give a good amount of moisture for our concealer. And then again, we're gonna let that sit. While it sits, we're gonna do our one-step moisturizer, sunscreen, foundation, all that in one. So today I'm going to use the Australian Gold. This is the BB cream for medium to tan skin tone. I've had just the regular tinted sunscreen before, but recently been trying this and I really like, first of all, the tone of it. It's a better tone to match my Sunless Tanner. But this one, if you are combination to oily or you just like a more matte finish to your skin, you'll like this. I have something else if you prefer, oh, I'm gonna get this on my towel. If you prefer something that's a little more dewy, I would use the CeraVe Hydrating Sunscreen. I like that just for about an hour or two if I'm gonna go out for a walk and I need some sunscreen, but that one doesn't last quite as well on me. But it does give the skin a really beautiful glow. So if you're dry skin, you'll really like that. Okay, I'm gonna take this up just a little bit higher. I personally don't like to take my sunscreen under my eyes. I always wear sunglasses, but I just have really sensitive eyes, so that's why I'm not taking it there. All right, so we've got that all smoothed in. And you'll see as it kind of sets, it will kind of get a little more matte, but it just helps even out the skin tone just enough. Doesn't look like makeup on the skin, but it's providing our SPF 50, so we'll be covered. Even if we go out somewhere today, we'll be ready to go. For eyes, I'm taking this shade from Sydney Grace. It's called Beaches, and I'm using this just under the brow to just kind of even out the skin there and just provide a little more smoothness there. It's also going to help just kind of keep our brow in place. We are going to go in though with cream shadows on the rest of our eyes. So going to place this a little bit here. The next step is we're going to use this Au Naturel stick, and this is in the shade Destiny. It's a really pretty kind of warm peach shade. So this you can use on your eyes, lips, and cheeks. Now this will be the first time I've used it on my eyes, but I've used it on the cheeks and it's so pretty. So I'm going to tap, this is just a EB09 from Sedona Lace. It is a synthetic brush, and I am just going to tap a little bit of this, or work a little bit of it through the crease. This is nice because it has a good amount of color, but it's very buildable. So you don't have to worry about getting too much all at once. And we just need a tiny little bit of this through the crease. And then we are going to also use this on our cheeks and our lips today. So we are going to really cut down on the number of products. You'll be so proud of me. Okay, so that just gave a little definition to the eyes. And now we're gonna go in and add just a little further. I have been testing out this Clarins. It is the Ombre Satin in 03 Purple Rain. Clarins sent me this and an eyeliner to test out. So I love cream shadows, especially if they're long wearing but easy to blend, and this is both. So I did put down an eyeshadow primer. I always do. What I love about this one is it doesn't stay tacky on the eyes. It really does set, but it's easy to blend. So I'm gonna take this smudge brush. This is the 204 from BK Beauty. And I am now going to just smudge this into the lash line. And I'm telling you, this is going to give you such a pretty effect, and it's going to make you feel really fancy, but it's really easy to do. So I'm just working that into the lashes, and then as I get here towards the front, I'm just using less product on the brush and just really softly blending that up ever so slightly. And you could use brown or, you know, gray or something for this step, but there's something about plum, especially mixed with that peach, that I think just looks a little less harsh and yet adds a little bit of color to the look. And I think it's so pretty. So I'm going to now just work this up towards the crease ever so slightly. And then we are going to blend it away. We're going to go back with that brush and just blend. So the key with cream shadows is you just want to make sure that you work one eye at a time, because some of them set quicker than others, and you want to make sure it's all fully blended before it sets. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit more here into the outer corner there. And there we go. Now, I am going to run just a little bit of this also along the lower lash line. Give us a little definition. We are going to use a liner as well, but we're not going to do bottom mascara, something you've never seen me do, but this is how I will do it if I'm not using mascara down here. So this is going to set and stay, which is a good thing. And then I'm going to go back one more time with just a teeny bit more of this and just add a little more color through the crease. And then I'm just going to take that brush and just sweep a little bit here onto the lid, just so there's no harsh stopping point or anything there. Okay, next we're going to curl our lashes. And then we're going to apply some liner. So you might think that was a little odd, but I think it's easier to apply liner to the inner rim if your lashes are kind of out of the way. So this is the Clarins Waterproof Pencil in 02 Chestnut, and I've actually really been enjoying this. It does set and stay. I've used it in the waterline. It did not get all over my contacts, which is surprising. Has a built-in little sharpener and a smudger. So I am actually, even though it is a twist up, it's sometimes nice to be able to have a more precise tip on it. So I am actually going to use that tip now. I'm going to line the inner rim of my eye. So I know this seems scary. If it's too scary for you, you can go on the outer edge and just press the pencil right into the roots of the lashes, but we really don't want a harsh line. But if you can do this, it is especially good if you have hooded eyes, because it's adding thickness of the lash line without taking up valuable real estate on your lid. So I'm going to take this all the way across and just providing a nice thickness at the roots. We're going to go real light on our mascara. So this is just going to give us definition, but not look like we have a lot of product on our eyes. And then I am going to just press a little bit of this into the roots of the lashes here, just on the outer edge. And then while I have that pencil out, because we're not going to do lower lash mascara, I am going to now go into the roots. I'm not filling in the whole waterline. I am more so just putting this right into the roots of the lashes. And this is a super soft pencil, so it's not tugging or pulling at the skin, so I really appreciate that. And you do have a good amount of time to kind of apply it and then smudge it. So let's take our smudge brush now, or our smudge sponge, I should say. And now what we're going to do is just go along the lower lash line, and I'm going to just smudge this into the roots of the lashes. And there you go. So we've got definition down there, but we don't need mascara because it kind of looks like we have a little mascara down there already. And then I'm just going to go back with that smudger brush and just soften this edge here. Okay, now we need some concealer. So I purposely left concealer till after the eyeliner so that I can touch my under eye area and not remove the concealer. So, but since we use cream products, we don't have fallout to clean up, so that's a nice thing. This is new. This is the Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer and Eraser. I got this as a freebie from Ulta, and it chose kind of a dark shade. So I'm going to use this almost like a color corrector under the eyes and then go back and brighten up a little bit. However, this is kind of a good shade, and a few other points around the face that I want to cover. So you can not use a foundation and just use concealer in certain spots just to kind of slightly perfect the skin. I'm going to use the Real Techniques contour brush, kind of work that in. And now I'm going to go in just with a lighter weight concealer. This is the Neutrogena Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is a little light, but we're going to use this to brighten up just a few spots here. So around the inner corner of the eye, here, kind of in the center of the forehead. And then I'm also going to use it here on the tops of the cheeks. And then I'm going to use that same brush, kind of blend over it. For contour slash bronzer, I'm going to use the Milk Makeup Stick. I think this is one of the easiest to apply. And we're going to just kind of give ourselves a little definition, a little healthy glow to the cheeks here. I'm going to use my Sedona Lace 602 brush just to blend this in. All right, now we're going to go back to the Au Naturel stick, and I'm going to use the Luxie Tapered Highlighter brush, and I'm just going to brush the tip of this And now I'm going to tap this onto my cheeks. And again, you kind of don't think, even when you swatch this, it doesn't seem like you're gonna get much color payoff, but it just really brings a nice natural glow to the skin, just a hint of a glow and some color. And I have found these to be actually quite long wearing on the cheeks. Again, this is the first time I've used them on the eyes, but they have lasted well on the cheeks. So we're just gonna give ourselves some nice healthy cheeks here. A bit of color. And while I have that out, I'm going to now tap a little bit on my lips. It's such a pretty kind of nude color. Really nice. All right, the only thing left for me personally, I do need a little more fill-in in the brows. So I'm gonna take the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Ash Brown. Just kind of fallen back in love with this. I used this in the bronze makeup tutorial recently using drugstore products, and I've really enjoyed it. It kind of allows me to do kind of a lighter brow, so I'm not going to do anything too crazy. Just fill in a few of the sparse areas. But a brow to me really helps kind of finish the eye and frame it out. So I think if you don't have a good natural brow, taking that little extra time to fill them in will really make a difference in your end result. Okay, final step for the eyes, mascara. I'm going to use the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions. I feel like this one allows me to just give a much more kind of lighter look through the lashes. Now you can really build this up, but I'm going to go lightly. So I'm going to just kind of concentrate this right at the roots of the lashes. I'm not pulling all the way through the lashes yet. And this mascara will stay put all day. And you could definitely use this on your lower lashes too, but I've had a request to do a look without bottom lash mascara, so that's what we're doing today. And then if you need just a little powder, I'm gonna just take my brush, some leftover powder on it, just tap it through the center of my face. Final step for me is just a little highlighter in a couple spots. So I'm gonna take this one. This is the Mary Luminizer from the Balm. I love this, as you can tell. It's such a beautiful champagne color. And a little bit goes a long way. We're gonna work this in. I'm gonna take my blush brush and just kind of brush that into cheeks a little bit. And then I'm going to use my finger and add a little bit of this on the inner corner. Add a little gloss. This is the Buxom limited edition. It's in the shade Autumn and it smells like apple cider. And there we go. Okay, so now let's go do the quickest part of this whole thing, our hair. Normally, I would actually do my hair first, or blow dry my hair first, put on my makeup, then come back and finish. But of course, I'm doing a video, so it's a little easier to do all the makeup at once and the hair at once. So I just wet my hair again. It was starting to get a little too dry in certain spots. So now, as far as what we're gonna do, just real simple, but I'm going to use my normal products. I'm going to use the Catwalk Root Boost just a little bit here at the root and a little here at the front and the part. And then because my hair is feeling a little extra dry, I'm going to use the Acure Argan Oil, about 1.5 pumps of that or so, and just work this through the hair. looking really wild and crazy, but I did that on purpose because I'm not going to use the flat iron. And so I wanted to add a bunch of extra volume. And now we're just gonna have a little bit of fun with our Enjoy Dry Wax. And again, our weather's been super hot, and so it's not too hard for me to scrape it out, but you can use the top of your fingernail over the top of the wax to help scrape out the product. You can use your blow dryer. I have a whole video of helpful tips, so but I am just going to work that through my hands. And now we're just going to kind of go crazy. So you can see that I was spiking kind of the back portion because that's the easiest way for me to style this if I'm not going to use my flat iron, is to just add a lot of extra volume, work this through, and then I can mold the hair into the shape where I want it to be. So we are going to just kind of have a little fun here, and I'm going to bring the edges down on the sides and then work the product through to give some good amount of definition and hold. Some of you might think, well, why are you putting finishing product through if this is kind of an easy look? Well, for me, because I have these cowlicks in the front, if I don't put finishing product through my hair and I'm gonna go a whole day, many times I'll end up fussing with it or fooling with it, or it'll start splitting apart here where I have the cowlick. And so if I set it with a little bit of wax and some hairspray, I don't mess with it the rest of the day. Let's go ahead and hit it with some hairspray. I'm gonna use the Aussie Instant Freeze hairspray. And just enough to kind of really set it in place and add some final little bit of definition. None of my bangs are giving me a little bit of trouble because I didn't make them obey with a flat iron. Let's take a little bit of wax, kind of scrub it into the scalp there. All right, so our hair is all done. Our makeup is complete. I even added some lightweight earrings and I feel ready to go for the day. So whether I'm gonna be staying home or running out to run errands, I am prepared. I've got my sunscreen on. I feel put together, but not overly done. So whether you have needed some extra motivation just to go ahead and get yourself put together, or you're somebody who doesn't have a lot of time in the morning, hopefully this video gave you some tips of how you can cut some corners and still look fabulous. Thank you as always so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.